The moment you take your first breath, it feels like your chest is collapsing. At nearly 20,000 feet above sea level, the air is so thin that every inhale burns. Powerful winds race across the mountain at nearly 60 miles per hour, while temperatures stay far below freezing. This brutal place is the Himalayas, the highest mountain range on Earth, and it's the only home you've ever known. You're a Yeti, a mysterious creature that most people believe is nothing more than a legend. Looking around at this endless world of snow, ice, and jagged cliffs, you almost wish they were right. Your mother towers over you, standing close to 8 feet tall. Her body is wrapped in thick, tangled brown fur carrying the scent of damp earth, wet animal fur, and years of mountain life. That same smell will soon become yours. You enter the world inside a small cave carved into the side of a cliff, while freezing wind roars outside like an endless storm. There's no celebration or affectionate welcome. Your mother gives you a quick sniff, nudges you deeper into the shelter, and that's the end of your introduction to family life. Around here, survival comes before affection. For the first several weeks, you stay pressed against your mother for warmth, food, and safety. She accepts your presence, but only because she has to. Your days are simple. You eat, sleep, and struggle to stay warm. Beyond the cave lies a harsh landscape covered entirely in snow and stone. Almost nothing grows here, and few creatures can survive these extreme conditions. Yet somehow, you begin your life in one of the most unforgiving places on the planet. After a few months, your mother starts taking you down the mountain. She's not trying to teach you life lessons. She simply needs food, and leaving you behind would make you easy prey for hungry snow leopards. Below the permanent snow line, ancient forests begin to appear. Twisted trees cover the slopes, and patches of vegetation finally break through the frozen ground. This is where food exists. Your mother digs through frozen soil searching for roots, tubers, and seasonal berries. Whenever she gets lucky, she catches a slow-moving pika or marmot with surprising speed. Even half-rotten plants become valuable meals in these mountains. Before long, you're forced to search for food yourself. Nobody is going to feed you forever. Your menu isn't exactly impressive. Moss growing on rocks, lichens scraped from stone, insects hiding beneath fallen logs, and whatever else you can find. Every meal feels like a survival challenge rather than dinner. Sometimes fortune smiles on you. Discovering a bird's nest filled with eggs feels like finding treasure. Around your first birthday, your mother quietly leaves. There's no farewell. One morning, she simply disappears into the mountain fog, leaving you alone in a world of ice and silence. Now every choice matters. Finding food means living another day. Failing means freezing or starving long before adulthood. Fortunately, you grow quickly. By the age of 3, you're already nearly 5 feet tall. Your growing strength allows you to flip heavy rocks while searching for insects and rodents hiding underneath. Your coat becomes thicker each year until it's dense enough to protect you during winters where temperatures plunge far below zero. Little by little, the mountain teaches you its secrets. You learn to recognize unstable snow before an avalanche begins. You memorize where marmots build their burrows. Long before dark clouds arrive, you can smell an approaching storm. You slowly become exactly what generations of Sherpas have spoken about in whispered stories. A powerful creature perfectly adapted to these mountains. But there's one lesson no one prepares you for. You're completely alone. Yetis don't live in families, herds, or communities. Each adult spends life by itself, wandering enormous stretches of mountain wilderness. The nearest member of your own species may live dozens of miles away beyond dangerous peaks and glaciers. Most days, the only sounds you hear are the wind and your own footsteps. Weeks can pass without seeing another living creature. When something finally appears, it's usually either hunting you or becoming your next meal. One of your greatest threats is the snow leopard. These silent predators blend perfectly into rocky cliffs. Fast, patient, and incredibly powerful, they usually hunt blue sheep and ibex. But a young Yeti can also become a target. Before reaching the age of 4, you narrowly survive several encounters. Each time, your size, strength, and ability to throw rocks force the predator to retreat. Those victories teach you an important lesson. Even legendary creatures aren't impossible to kill. By 7 or 8 years old, you've reached full adulthood. Standing around 8 feet tall and weighing roughly 400 pounds, you're built almost entirely from muscle beneath your thick coat. Small trees can be uprooted with enough effort, and massive rocks become weapons in your hands. Your hands themselves are unusual, with opposable thumbs that let you grip objects and occasionally use simple natural tools. Your enormous footprints will soon become more famous than you ever will. Eventually, humans arrive. Your first encounter happens near a yak herding camp while you're searching for food at lower elevations. The instant people notice you, panic spreads. Shouts echo across the valley as everyone runs. Within days, stories spread from village to village. People begin calling you the man-bear of the snow. Some believe seeing you predicts avalanches, deadly storms, or disaster. Parents warn children never to wander into the high mountains, while monks perform rituals for protection. All you wanted was something to eat. Instead, you've become a mountain legend. Soon, explorers from distant countries begin climbing into your territory carrying cameras, scientific equipment, and endless curiosity. They photograph your footprints, collect strange hairs, and argue over whether you exist at all. When one of your footprints is photographed and shared around the world, interest explodes. Expeditions multiply. Books are published. Newspapers introduce a new nickname, the Abominable Snowman, even though the title comes from an old misunderstanding rather than reality. Years later, famous climbers and researchers search for proof that you're real. Hair samples repeatedly turn out to belong to local bears. Supposed relics are traced back to ordinary mountain animals. Again and again, humans almost solve the mystery, only to reach the wrong conclusion. Meanwhile, you're quietly watching from a distant ridge, while someone confidently announces to a camera that creatures like you don't exist. Growing older brings a different kind of hardship. During mating season, you spend weeks crossing dangerous mountain passes, searching for another Yeti. Communication happens through deep whistles that echo across valleys. Sounds mysterious enough to make nearby Sherpas stop and pray. If you finally find a mate, the meeting is brief and awkward before both of you return to your solitary lives. Should a child be born, the pattern repeats. For about a year, it's protected. Then, just as your mother once did, it's left to survive alone. Time continues moving. You've endured avalanches, brutal winters, blizzards, hunger, snow leopard attacks, and even confused climbers who fled the moment they caught sight of you. Eventually, age begins to win. Your joints ache in the freezing cold. Years of chewing frozen roots wear down your teeth. Younger Yetis move faster and reach the best feeding grounds before you can. So you climb higher into the mountains, choosing thinner air and greater isolation. The strangest part is that humanity still debates whether you're real. For centuries, your tracks have crossed the Himalayas. Sherpas have passed down stories about your kind through generations. Different regions even have different names for creatures like you. Yet many scientists continue suggesting you're simply a bear seen under unusual circumstances. After everything you've survived, your legacy becomes a collection of blurry photographs, disputed evidence, mysterious footprints, and endless arguments. At least one thing remains unchanged. High in the mountains, monks still leave small offerings at ancient shrines. Perhaps that's the closest thing a forgotten legend like you will ever receive as a peaceful retirement. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Consider subscribing to our channel for more such videos. Thank you guys.